Okay, hello guys, you're welcome back to my channel. My name is Chidima Ome Stephanie. I'm a YouTuber who's based in Lagos, Nigeria. So today I'm going to be talking about something I consider really important and something that I think is going to be beneficial to my audience. And by the title, I know you can already tell. It's toxic beauty standards and, beauty realities that we are seeing in our world today, really just fashion trends that I feel are toxic and are going to have a negative effect on the common man or anybody really if they are strictly adhered to. Now, I know that I cannot fully solve the problem of, what I call beauty standards because these things come through different dimensions, and I'm going to be exploring and explaining that as the video goes on. What I'm really going to do in this video is to point my listeners towards the things they should consider and the parameters or the yardsticks that they would use to know if they are having a toxic relationship with beauty and fashion as it is in the world, or if it's something that is healthy, because I feel like when it comes to beauty, it is heavily relative. I cannot tell you what is beauty, and of course, it depends on what you can afford, what your style is, where your environment is, and things like what the trend of the day is. And so, I cannot come and authoritatively tell you what and what not to do. Firstly, because I'm not an authority in the fashion industry, and secondly, because I'm not an authority in your own life. And so you call the shots, you make decisions on what you consider beautiful or not. While it is my responsibility to simply point you towards central things that I feel you should consider even as you advance in beauty, especially in our society today. So without wasting much of your time, let's dive straight into it. So the first thing I think you should consider is yourself. It goes without a saying, consider yourself. I feel like the current realities of beauty, especially in our world today, has made it in such a way that we have lost touch with the things that we really, really like and the things that we really, really want. So I feel like your identity, the person that you consider yourself to be, plays a huge role in how you dress and how you carry yourself. Many people, many, many people don't know what they like. They don't know what fits them. They don't know what they should wear based off of their body type, their body structure, their skin, the color of their skin, and whatnot. What many people tend to subscribe to is just what everybody's doing. And the downside of it is that we're slowly losing an identity. So, one of the things I realized about myself from a very, very early age is I dress for comfort. No matter how stylish, no matter how trendy, whatever you're bringing to me is, the first thing I check is for comfort. For some other person, it might be something else. But you need to allow yourself to get to that place where you learn what is most important to you. And so, in order to avoid being driven by this wave of toxicity, especially in fashion, you need to have an identity for yourself. And this identity needs to cut across a lot of things. Your values. Does your faith inspire the kind of things you wear? What about your comfort? What about your style? What about your personality? I've noticed that Sanguines are drawn to brightly colored clothes and whatnot. These things have a part to play. Consider yourself. Another thing you should consider about your own self, I'm still on point number one, is your pocket. Many people just want to go ahead and get things simply because it's in vogue. And there's a current madness with people buying extremely expensive and overpricey things, and they just have this facade, this look of extravagance and plenty money. But then when you check their bank accounts, you realize that the dissimilarity is glaring. So, my dear friend, check your pockets, check your comforts, check your style, check your personality before shopping things. Don't just shop things because every other person is shopping it. Now, I think this point would definitely lead me to my next point, which is trends. in order to avoid being thrown in, yanked away by this madness of fashion and beauty toxicity. You have to have a checked and a healthy relationship with things that are trending. And so, because of the advent of social media, there are words that are trending, slangs that are trending, clothes that are trending, just things, places, different things trend. People trend, places trend, things trend generally. That's so it just helps keep social media alive and vibrant. Now, you need to be careful because in a world of trends and a world of what's happening, what's the latest thing going on, if you're not careful, it will carry you and go, for lack of a better word. So I remember, say, 10 or 15 years ago, one of the things that was like the most trending um trending thing, especially as it pertained to appearance, was looking slim, looking slender, having a very slim figure one body. So a lot of other people, who like girls that were curvy, girls that were a little bit fat or very fat, they were often shamed for being fat. But in our world today, I've noticed that there is this now, people are trying to do BBL, people are trying to gain the weight that was shamed a couple of years back. And everybody wants to look round and curvy and plump and, very fleshy, quote unquote, on the right places. And you can just imagine the instability of society and how crazy it would be for you to base your joy, base your confidence, base your value, or base your self worth and self esteem on the dictates of society. It's ever changing. And so if somebody was, slim back then, they have to start looking for anything they can do to get fat. And they are not even sure what the next 2 years or 3 years in fashion industry would hold. Now people are trying to get fillers, trying to get BBL, trying to do this, trying to buy the latest this, trying to do that, as though these things are the standard, or as though these things make us feel like we're enough. I cannot begin to tell you how many people have done all of these things and still have ended up feeling that hole in their hearts, because they know that these things, as beautiful as they look and as beautiful as it seems and sounds, it does not satisfy. I promise you, it doesn't. It doesn't. Not that I've done it before, but it's glaring, because if it satisfies, why are you looking for the next thing to do? If you are okay, then it should get to a point. There should be a point where you reach. And I mean, that's the essence of satisfaction. That's the essence of contentment, that it gets to a point where you say, thank you, I'm okay. But with the current fashion trends, it's like the market is insatiable. There's such a crazy multi-million, I don't even want to say billion, because I'm not sure if it's billion or million, but there's such a crazy industry, such a crazy market that is just geared towards fueling the insecurity of women and men now, because there are a lot of bleaching creams. You have to have a fair complexion, you have to have this shape, your hair has to look like this, you have to be the it girl, you have to and it's just unending. Now there's a 20-step skincare routine for night time and a 50-step for morning time skincare routine. You cannot just afford to be in the middle of that. You need to find a way to just backtrack a bit and give yourself permission to be you, be the way you were created. Yes, of course, I'm not trying to say that you should go ahead and let yourself go without having some personal standards, or without trying to, be a person of worth and look good, appear good. But then the flip side is when you then base your identity on the things that you must gather and the things that you must have in order to feel that you look good. Another consideration, I'm soon going to wrap this video, but another thing I want you to consider is your circle of influence, or your environment, really. Now, it looks small, it sounds small, but it's such a big deal if you ask me. Your environment is the kind of people that you have around you. I feel very strongly that if you have the right set of people around you, your brain will not be thinking about the things that you don't have, especially when it just deals with appearance alone, especially when it's superficial, you know, craziness about appearance. Of course, people who are valuable, people who are, productive and goal oriented, they take cognizance of how they look, or they care about how they look. But on another hand, it's just important for you to flock yourself with the right kinds and the right set of people. It really helps your mind, in all honesty. It really helps your mind, and it really helps you to figure out what is important. Now, when I say flock your mind, flock your, space, your environment with the right kinds of people, it can also be on social media. One of the reasons why you are giving away to this toxicity is because you are following everybody on social media and you don't have a mind of your own. So your brain is not telling you that's not for me. As much as I've seen this on social media, as much as this person is talking about this, that is not for me. Your brain has not told you that. And you need to get to a point where you whatever is outside comes from within. You're not a reactive person, but you're a proactive person. It's coming from within. Your responses are not just based off of reaction, but also being proactive. Yeah. I hope with these few points of mine, I've been able to give you something to ponder on, especially when it comes to beauty in our world today and in our society today. Till I come your way next time, this is still Chidima Ume's channel. This intro and outro, I'm working on it. So we'll get perfect as we go. And please subscribe, like, comment, share this video. And till I come your way next time, bye bye.